And oh my god, it's laggy, so laggy immediately, but shaboop, we're live. My CPU usage hit 35% immediately switching over. What's going on over there?
Oh
my big fat ass is taking up too much of my RAM. But we are here with Misadventures Part 1. Hello, everybody in chat. Hello, Gab. Are you excited for this evening?
I'm so nervous, but so excited.
Everybody always so nervous. What's going on?
I think it's the one-on-one environment, honestly.
The intensity here of like the immediate shift between two friends hanging out to you're dying. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, it's that, but then it's also like, I feel like when there's other people, you got some time to think sometimes, but now it's gonna be like right off the dome.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, you got to be right off the cuff with everything. And Gab and I we're actually doing like a little bit of like a pre-stream kind of like breakdown of like how this is gonna go. And I just said to Gab, be as chaotic as possible and just try to survive. And that's all I said. So. God, okay, Gab, how many points of inspiration do you have?
I have 3 now, and I'm keeping track with a little like checkbox on my. You can't see it. A little checkbox on my my notebook.
Got it. I am so. It seems like because Gab inspiration has kind of become a meme because, like, you know, sometimes you like miss sessions. Jason, what's good, Jason? Welcome in. Also, Kate and Moss, and also Gab, you're also in the chat. But welcome to the table, guys. Hope you guys are gonna have a good time tonight. It's become so funny because, like, sometimes like, you'll miss a session. We'll do it in Alato where like you're not a part of that game. But it's so funny because like they aren't supposed to actually be points of inspiration for you, but we keep keeping track of them.
Hey, if you redeem it, you get an inspiration, all right? You know
well,
what? Give Kate an inspiration right now.
Oh my god. Well, you really twisted my arm there. There we go, Kate. Mark down inspiration for one of the games that you're in.
One of them. Oh, man.
Oh, and also, Jason, actually, thank you for, I believe, for something for 2 months. We appreciate that. Hopefully, we bring you a great time for the next 60 days. Yes, and also, Alata double feature tomorrow. Gonna meet up with the Bat folk, do some painting stuff. But we're not in Alata. We're in the Palm of the Fist. We're in the Molar Isles, and we're gonna see what the hell was going on with her. Gab, is there anything else you want to say before we hop in?
No, let's do this.
Let's fucking kick it. All right. Well, I just have one more question that I gotta ask you before we hop right in. You want to play some D&D?
Let's do it.
Okay, absolutely. Then with that, as always, a deep and cleansing breath before we begin. Sound good?
Sure.
All right, then. Please join me. And everything after the breath is canon. Now, a quick recap for those that haven't seen the most recent episode of Palm in the Fist. Here's what you gotta know, real quick with it. Moach went weapon shopping. They needed cowboy outfits, guns, and boy, howdy, did they get both of them. They also killed the slave catchers of Gangplank, known as the Troll and the Tollman. They rescued Henria Baran and Pyle. They saw Kenneth Ward, who tried to kill them, and narrowly avoided plummeting to their deaths after blowing up an entire section of Gangplank Crossing. But during all of that, Her suddenly disappeared, with nothing more than a blast mark and 2 footprints where she once stood. So what in the world did she get up to during that battle? And where in the world is she now? Gab, you want to find out?
Yeah, let's do this.
Sounds perfect. Now, before we begin, just to kind of bring us all back up to speed, what was Her's cowboy outfit that you got from the kitchen sink when you met Curve Cut and Deadshot Dread? Can you describe it for me again?
Yes, I am in black pants, a black cut-off vest that like buttons up and then cuts off here. I got a red handkerchief, a red cowboy hat, and some red boots, cowboy boots.
Okay, so we have black all over, except for red accents with the bandana, the hat, and the boots. Sound good?
Yeah, I also have a holster now for my katana gun.
Yes, excellent. I'm actually going to describe that to you right now. Your katana gun, a little bit of a retcon. You thought it was a retcon. You thought it was a flintlock pistol. Your katana gun is actually 1/2 tanto, like a smaller, almost like short sword katana, and a volcanic pistol, a lever-operated pistol. Now, if you don't know what that means, I don't blame you. The pistol was only in manufacture. It was only manufactured for like 3, maybe 5 years. But because it's lever action, the way that you reload your katana gun is by spinning it on your finger. So if you're ever using it, you have to be like very like cowboy, kind of like whipping it around like nunchucks, basically. You got it?
It's like a fidget spinner, but a gun.
Her just, oh, you really flashed me with the barrel.
I'm really anxious. I gotta use my fidget spinner. Yeah.
Okay, sounds great. But with that, a quick description. Sorry, I was stimming. we are going to cut right into the action of where you ended up. Now, again, timelines being completely stitched together. This is all happening concurrently. The Battle of Gangplank Crossing is still going on right now. All right?
Okay.
As you... and... with a flash of energy, like it's almost like you're opening your eyes for the first time. You immediately kind of like take stock of your surroundings. It's hard to breathe, and the wind is like whipping your hair all around, okay?
Okay.
You look around, no check required, and all you see is dense, black, thundering clouds all around you, teeming with raw energy. Now, when you kind of take stock of your surroundings, would you want to make a perception check? Do you want to kind of like, you're standing on something solid. You're not just like free falling in the air. You're on something solid. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'd like to take make a perception check. See what's going on.
Go right ahead. And if you could, you can just raise your mic volume just a little bit. It's just a little bit quiet on my end. And also, to everybody in chat, if the music sounds good, just let me know. I want to make sure everyone's having a good time.
Let me also make sure I didn't. Okay. Is this better? A little bit better?
A little bit better, yes.
Okay, I can pull up a little bit more. All right. How about that?
That's perfect. That's amazing.
Cool. Let me make that perception check. That's a nat 1, and I'm going to honor the nat 1. Let's go for it. Even though I got 3 inspirations.
All right. Music's a little quiet, Moss. Okay, thank you. I'm just going to boost it up just a little bit, and then we can hop right in with the nat 1. I don't got to tell you anything. Her... your feet shift in the ground, and you kind of like sink deep into something. And like you're able to feel like heavy, almost chunks pressing into your like feet and your ankles. You're not standing on solid ground. It feels like you're standing on like a pile of something, basically. And kind of as you kind of like reach out with a nat 1, you're able to feel that there are walls around you. But the walls are only maybe up to your, like, just above your hips, basically. And they're made of, like, some kind of, like, metal-wood combination, okay?
Okay.
All right, awesome. I am now going to change the music. Always gotta touch it. Gotta make sure it sounds good. 1 second. And her.
Uh-huh.
You are then able to feel your entire body shift forward, like tilt forward by about 45 degrees. And as you then feel like the platform under you begin to go over like a hill, essentially. Like so you were at the apex of a hill and you're now going down, now like on the downswing, okay?
Okay.
All right. I immediately need a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's cocked. Gotta honor the cock. All right. What kind of saving throw again?
Constitution.
Oh, 16.
16? Perfect. As you instinctually grip onto these like weird like half walls, you tip forward and you're immediately plummeting towards the earth at a 60-degree angle, and the world is revealed to you as you come out of these storm clouds. As you are flying down these tracks, you take stock of everything around you, just like as everything clears up, and you realize what's in front of you. Your vision begins to tunnel, as this is the highest up in the sky that Her has ever been, and you realize that you are in a minecart with rocks underneath your feet. You're on like an operational minecart, and this these like tracks, for some reason, were built maybe 30 stories up into the air and then come down at a 60-degree angle, plummeting you down directly towards a rock, like a rock bed beneath you that has had a tunnel carved out that will take you deep underground. As you begin flying down these tracks.
Okay.
Okay. As you start flying down the tracks, the reason I have you make that con save, as your vision kind of tunnels in, the rain feels like bullets as it's hitting into your face. You're going easily about 100 miles an hour now.
Okay.
And the DC 10 con save was to see if you black out from the intense G-force of this roller coaster drop, okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. As you're coming down, you have maybe 2 or 3 seconds to take stock of everything you can see on the top of this like rocky, like basically, so the tracks are going down, it's gonna go into a tunnel, but above the tunnel there's like flat kind of ground. If you want to make another perception check, you can.
Yeah, that'd be great. Ooh. Hot rolls all around. 12?
With a 12, you're able to pick out one thing in particular. Actually, roll a d4 for me.
Yeah. Ooh, a 1.
With a 1, you know where you are. 1 is what you needed to hit. Because as you're flying down, you look to your left, look to your right, your eyes are welling with tears and are being covered in this rain, your like face is getting windburned from the intense drop, but as you look over, you are able to see a massive circular metal structure that seems to have like other like rock-carrying carts kind of jotted in like intervals like around the circumference of it, and you realize something, maybe like from a traveling show that was like advertised in the Arbor, or maybe Hers read a book about it, Talk to the Duke. You recognize that not only from stories, you know what it is, but you also saw it when you and the rest of Moach were sailing into the Molar Isles. That is a Ferris wheel. You right now are at the middle. You were teleported from Henry's Lament, the gun store, to the peak point of the filling aisle, and you are currently in a minecart hurtling down directly into the center of the slaver-controlled silver mine.
Oh. Sick. Okay, great.
Okay. Any immediate reaction? Any spells that are cast? Anything going on in Her's head right now?
Yeah, I'm... How many feet up am I right now, would you say? Like 60?
No, not like... No.
What
You
am I-
don't determine that, Cam. Let me-
Yeah, let you tell me.
Okay. As you are rapidly approaching the ground, you are currently 170 feet off of the ground, and with every 10th of a second that goes by, you descend another 10 feet. You're going like 100 miles an hour right now.
Okay, great. As soon as I get to 30 feet, I'm gonna Misty Step off. 30 feet to the ground, I'm gonna Misty Step off and onto the ground.
Just like onto like the stone flat ground that like this Ferris wheel and like these other like structures are built on?
Yes.
Okay, got it. I'm going to need a quick... I'm going to be honest. This has to be an initiative roll, and I'm going to say the DC has to be like a 16. And the reason I'm saying it's initiative roll is because you have to do the verbal and somatic components before, like, think about how small the window is that you have to do this in.
Good thing I have 3 inspiration.
Okay, got it.
Initiative roll?
Yes.
That's an 18.
That's an 18?
Yes.
Okay, so what does Gab say to... what does Her say to Misty Step?
I think usually it's just like a see ya or something, but this time it's like motherfucker, and like it starts rambling, and it's like let me leave, and then as soon as I say leave, then I'm like I jump like 30 feet down.
You Misty Step off, and like again, this happens instantaneously. As you are 30 feet above the ground, you Misty Step onto the ground, and you are able to hear as your cart is like the moment you look back, your cart's already 120 feet away from you. This thing was moving so fucking fast.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, you're on the ground now, and everything around you is illuminated in a very strange way. You're able to see these posts, like wooden posts planted into the ground with these like semi-arcing like lines that have, it's like they're torches kept inside of like glass balls. It's like very like bright illuminating lights. Give me a quick intelligence check.
Yeah, sure. Not that dice. Nat 20.
Nat 20. Excellent. You are, we're going to honor that. You are able to see that these are electrical lights. These are like fluorescent light bulbs. It seems that the Molar Isles have some form of electrical power that helps them run these operations.
Okay.
And also, because you got a nat 20, you are able to look up at that light bulb, and you don't know exactly how these places are being powered, but you are able to... And you're able to watch as the light bulb like crackles and kind of like sputters out, and you get 1 temporary HP.
Ooh. Okay. Is it possible? It just sputters and it just like I didn't touch it or anything?
With a nat 20, it almost feels like you took the electrical energy from this light bulb and put it into your own body.
And how many light bulbs are there around me?
You are able to see... Oh, that's going to be a fucking... you are able to see, like, the storm is so incredibly bad. Like, on this, like, so there were 8 light bulbs on that one line, and there are more light bulbs leading deeper into this, like, weird carnival space.
Okay, yeah. If possible, could I go up to each of the 8 light bulbs and try to get more temp HP?
Go ahead and give me a quick nature check, and I'm going to say this is going to be like a DC. Go ahead and just give me 2 rolls. Give me 1 DC 14 and 1 DC 18.
I hit the 14, but not the 18.
Okay, you get 4 additional temp HP for a total of 5.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
But as you kind of like try to do it to like the other like arching lights, you are able to feel like the figures begin kind of like moving past you, almost like not even taking stock of you. And as you just look around into like your general environment here, you're able to see that you are in some kind of odd like carnival space. Like you've seen parties before, nothing this organized though. Again, you do see a Ferris wheel up high in the sky, but you're also able to see like one of those like sky chair rides with like the chains hanging down with like the chairs that like people like it lifts you up and kind of like swings you around. You're able to see a carousel with like horses and like but other like sea iconography of like mermaid carts and like seahorse rides, like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're also able to see like snack shacks, like fully like I'm talking like 1920s carnival-esque with like striped white and red banners keeping covered like popcorn machines, like caramel stands, like fudge stands, like cotton candy, things like that. You're able to see games of like tossing rings onto bottles and tossing like baseballs into bottles, like a lot of they're tossing baseballs at bottles, a lot of bottle games here.
The bottles.
And all of these people are like walking around you, and you're able to notice that like from the backs that you're able to see, like faces are kind of hard to make out, but you're able to notice that they are all in like these like very simple robes, like maybe like rope belts, pants, simple shirt. They're all soaking wet. This is like prime to get people sick, like with the cold or like the flu or something, and they're all like kind of walking around seemingly not even noticing the rain around them, and in their arms they have like snacks and candies of all kinds, like cotton candy, like chocolate popcorn, like chocolate bars, lollipops, raw sugar in tubes, things like that, and they're all walking by you.
Okay. Is it possible... Is there like a small group of like one or two people that like walk by me, or are they like in big groups?
Yeah, I'll say that, like just a pair of 2 people are able to walk right by you, and you're able to notice that like has a kind of so just 2 people walking by you. What do you do?
I will go up to them and I'll just be like, "So sorry, I'm a little lost. I fell out of the sky, kind of. How do I get out of here?"
They look to... So you're able to notice these figures are incredibly thin. Like you look at their stomachs, like we'll say it's a man and a woman, and you're able to see the like very thin, like lean muscle, but their stomachs are like kind of like a little bit like potbelly-esque. And they have wide grins on their face. Like I'm talking like full, like you ever like laugh so hard that your cheeks start to hurt? Imagine that all the time, and you're having a full conversation like that. As they smile and look at you, the last thing you're able to notice about their appearance is they both have bronze collars on. And they look and they say, "I don't know why you'd want to leave the carnival. The weather is so beautiful right now. maybe you just haven't found the right snack, or maybe you haven't found the right game. Would you want to come with us? We were gonna go throw bottles against a clown.
Question for you.
Yes.
I don't know if Her would know this or not, and I don't know if it'd be a history or a nature check. Is bronze conductive with lightning? Like that sort of metal?
I think most metal is conductive, but how conductive is bronze? Let's see. That's a unit of measurement that I can't even read. It's between 229 and 1440 BTU/HR-FT squared /Fahrenheit. What the fuck is this?
I didn't know if, like... Okay.
Bronze is not a good conductor of electricity.
Okay, just checking. I didn't know if I did something it would affect it. Okay, cool. What's your name?
Well, my name is Ati, and this is my really good friend, Popo.
Oh, what beautiful names. Yeah, sure. I will follow right behind you to get to where we need to go, of course.
Come, here, eat. And you're able to see this cotton candy is being soaked with rain. Like the wet, kind of like disgusting, like, you like take a bite of it and it kind of like turns like, if it's like pink, it's like a deep, like almost like black almost. Like just a full handful, and hands it to you and goes, "You look so hungry."
Oh, thanks. I will save this for later, and I will put it in my pocket.
It just immediately falls apart.
That's fine.
They turn and they begin walking to go to the game that they were planning to go to.
As they start to, like, you can continue finishing, but what I'm thinking is, as they start walking and I'm behind them to follow, I'm gonna disguise myself to look not exactly like them, but with, like, if it's, I don't know if the disguise self works with clothing too, but I would like to be in the robe with the bronze collar.
I'm gonna say that
Smiley grin.
You smile fucking wide, absolutely. As you disguise yourself to look like one of the slaves of the filling aisle, you begin walking with them, and they take you basically across the entire carnival over to this booth where it's just like a bunch of bottles lined up, like empty glass bottles, and you're able to see like some people being like and they just chuck bottles down this like the long straight of the booth, and they're trying to hit, give me one second, just let me get this in my notes real quick, and they're trying to hit this like earth genasi that looks very strange. Give me a quick like perception check to see what's up with this dude.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Not wearing a collar. Seems to be like some kind of like weird, like alternative, like humanoid kind of Earth Genasi, only because like it's like the closest approximation. You're able to notice that this Earth Genasi, where like some of them are like made of like rocks and boulders and like different kind of like earthen elements. This Earth Genasi seems to be one giant chunk of red lollipop with a beating brown heart exposed at the center of his chest.
Looks like a lollipop is like the person that you described that like worked on why am I blanking on her name? Rahi's ship, like mine and Rahi's crew.
So not Lollipop himself. So that's a gummy bear folk. We'll get to him later.
Gummy bear. Okay.
But you're like this figure is like a giant, like no neck, super wide, like, and just like almost like translucent in the way of like you can see through his body, but you're able to see his heart just like a brown sticky heart right in the middle of his chest. As a bottle kind of like hits his shoulder and kind of shatters as he just doesn't move.
Doesn't move. Jesus Christ. Is there any way to see if I can tell if he's like, I don't know if it'd be a roll to be like, is he actively like hurting and potentially dying right now because they're throwing shit at him?
You get the sense like as the bottle hits him, just no, absolutely not. And it seems like this game that he's like kind of contributing to, you get the sense, actually 1 second here. You're able to hear like some like clopping like behind you of like hooves on rock, and you're able to hear 253. You having fun over there? And you're able to turn behind you, and you're able to see that there is a minotaur. But imagine a minotaur that kind of like when they move like a spring. Like their body compresses and then decompresses and things like that. And they don't have any clothes on, but it almost looks like there's like there are layers of like sugary like candy. So it's like yellow and pink and red and orange and yellow and pink, and it just kind of like layers their entire body. And as you see this new figure, you look at them and you realize, oh, this figure doesn't have a collar either. Give me a quick insight check.
I'm going to use inspiration for
Go right ahead, no problem.
Nat 20.
With a nat 20, these two guys are not slaves, and these guys are actually like slave keepers in a way. These guys, you would actually, as they begin having a conversation, I'll say that this is what you're able to determine. You're able to see that this like lollipop like ass Genasi goes, "It's fine, sugar glass," and kind of like chuckles a little bit to himself as this minotaur goes, "The baker's dozen are meeting soon, so we're gonna have to we're gonna have to go down the tracks. Looks like Sweet Tooth, I think he's getting a little bit fed up with his new toy, or should I say, the old toy." And this minotaur kind of like boing, boing, and kind of like springs away, and you're able to recognize that like just like the troll had the tollman, like that was his like agency. Sweet Tooth has his own kind of judiciary kind of like forces here called the Baker's Dozen.
Okay. And do they walk off? Where do they go?
You're able to see you're able to see the two people in front of you go, "That's so disappointing. We were hoping to play the game." As 253 goes, "Not today. Find something else to throw your glass at," and just rudely shoves past both of you. Like I'm talking like full, puts like these massive like baseball mitt hands like on you and just smacks you out of the way.
Okay. As they start walking away, I would like to stealthily follow them.
Yes, okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check, and I'm gonna make a perception roll with disadvantage.
Oh, man. Alright, stealth?
Yeah.
16.
So they got a 9. So you're able to see, so 253, lollipop guy, and this like starburst minotaur. They begin kind of walking together through the rain, like as these like clearly somehow enchanted slaves, like naturally kind of like move away from them and everything. Again, so many grins. Luckily, Gab, Her makes a very smart decision taking up this form. Again, bronze collar, big smile. They pay you legitimately no mind because they don't think of you anything more than just a commodity to be used. So you are like invisible to them right now.
Sick.
Cool. As you continue to follow them, they come up to it almost looks like a spiraling roller coaster of like tracks built like almost like the crazy, what is it called, the wild mouse? Have you ever been on that?
Mousetrap.
Yeah, or like Mousetrap, where it's like a spiral going up and then a spiral going down, and you see they shove people out of the way. 253 hops in one cart, her name's Nova Burst, hops into another, and they go and like tracks, like I'm talking like a chain gear system, carries them to the top of the spiral and then takes them into like another underground cave leading deep beneath the earth.
I'm gonna take the next train cart to go right behind them. Wait, do any of the other slaves like hop on?
You are able to notice that there is a giant like 5 o'clock shadow like fairy. I'm talking like tutu, like pixie dress, basically just a bald middle-aged dude with like pixie wings on his back that's like currently standing in front of the ride trying to prevent people from getting on. Like as being like, okay, like we need to like block this off, but you're able to kind of like stealth around him and like, get on the next cart.
Sick. I'm gonna do that.
Okay, got it. He goes, "Yeah, my name's Roy G. Biv." As you
Send absolutely no one. He says, my name's Roy G. Bibb.
Someone's gotta, just taste the rainbow. As you hop into the cart and as it begins taking you up, like you're rotating all around. Your butt is so sticky from that cotton candy that you put into your pocket, and then as you begin spiraling down into a cave system as the storm and the rain and the wind disappears from you, as you are now going deep beneath the earth, okay?
Fuck yeah. Let's go.
All right. As you continue down into the earth, you are able to come to a stop as it begins to slow down and almost like a constantly moving roller coaster, like keeping the inertia going. As you're able to hop out and you're able to see 253 and Nova walking in a direction, like you're in like a loading area right now that's leading out to like a large main central chamber, and they seem to walk that way.
Okay, I don't necessarily want to go in the chamber just yet, but I'd like to I don't know if there's a pillar or something or like a wall I can hide behind to make sure kind of covered, but I just want to hear what's going on first.
Okay, so you want to you want to hear what's going on really quickly.
Yeah.
So you rush up to the archway that they walked through, and you kind of hide by the wall. Give me a quick perception check.
Sure. Oh, I have my coin. I'm going to use that. That was a nat one.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, do I want to? Yeah, that's fine. Perception 14.
With a 14, you're not able to hear exactly what these two people are saying. Honoring the stealth check from before, you're kind of able to peek your head out of the archway. Try to listen better, but you're able to hear, and as a big brass band begins playing somewhere underneath you, weirdly enough. But that is overpowering. Where that's coming from, you have no idea. But that's overpowering any sound that you're able to hear from this conversation.
Do I see anything?
You're able to see them walking what you could determine being northwest, so right now you're in a massive underground cave chamber. There's no visible sky or earth or anything.
Okay.
And no obvious windows either, but there's a large slope leading down to a central, almost two giant hills leading down. So what do you do?
I guess I'm gonna just kind of follow them from further behind.
Okay.
Go a little bit deeper in to see if I can see any additional people.
Okay, sounds great. As you step out and continue to follow, still honoring that stealth check, go ahead and give me a quick perception check, see what you can see.
Ooh, okay, that's a good roll. 18.
With an 18, them walking, no problem, going to some kind of private area to the northwest, you are able to look out and see that you're inside of the filling aisle right now. Again, that massive tooth structure, all of those carnival paintings, everything, and you look around and you see an enormous internal, totally enclosed quarry. It's essentially built in the way of, do you know what a quarry looks like?
Yeah.
Like a funnel kind of leading down to the center. And you're right now at one of the topmost levels that doesn't have mine carts running throughout it. But you're able to look down kind of over the edge and see different wheelbarrow pathways for moving ore and rock out of the way. You're able to see cleaning areas, people with sledgehammers. There are hundreds of people in this quarry right now working tirelessly to mine, as you're able to see towards the center, a glimmer of silver, as it seems that the filling aisle has these naturally occurring silver veins that the slavers are mining to kind of mint their own coins.
Okay.
Now, in addition to that, as quarries often have these descending or ascending pathways kind of following the outside the circumference of the quarry kind of leading down, you were able to see the location of that big brass band, as you're able to see a one-man band with 12 people behind him, stomping their way down, down the pathway towards the center to then kind of go back up and kind of spiral around. And as you look and you see that, you're able to notice, again, an insane amount of instruments on him with an accordion. You're able to see like a harmonica like attached to his mouth, like cymbals on like either hands, like a cymbal like above his shoulder with like a drum on his back with like whoopee cushions on his feet. This is an insane amount of just musical instruments. Go ahead and give me a history check as you see this figure's like orcish tusks and like top hat on top of him. Okay.
Is this the Clumping Cleric? Not 20.
This is Tesla, the Clumpin' Cleric,
He got captured?
leading a it was part of Cowrie's crew with Barnum and Landon and Tesla, the Clumpin' Cleric. And where better for a cleric of the god of constant noise but a carnival to be leading, and you're able to see that leading in front of him as like a personal guide through this. You were able to see a figure in a white penny coat with a gold vest, a white top hat, completely black eyes, and a cane. You're able to see Sweet Tooth, the slaver lord of this isle, like walking and like honestly, it seemed like having a great time, like looking over all of these operations as he's walking in front of Tesla.
Fuck.
Yes, the one from the arbor is a hoglin.
Oh, yes, a hoglin, you're right. All right. Yeah, I remember this now. Oh, wow. So I know that's Tesla. Cool.
Yes.
Cool. Are they coming towards me?
They are far. They're like 400 feet away from you, basically. They are far away.
Okay, just checking. I want to still kind of, if those two guys are going down and they're meeting with the baker's dozen, I'm going to continue following them and keeping my eye as much as I can, like keeping my perception on the Clumping Cleric as well.
Okay, got
Tesla.
it. You keep your eye on Tesla. Again, insanely wide grin, orcish tusks coming out. You're able to notice, again, like top hat. And Sweet Tooth seemingly has no, so Sweet Tooth isn't walking towards the main office or anything. Or anything like that, and just kind of like leading like this marching band, keeping all these workers like awake and on their feet as like as Tesla is like essentially giving out like clumpin' bardics to like keep people going on con checks, like game mechanics wise. So,
but does it seem like Sweet Tooth is going towards this baker dozen sort of meeting that they've discussed?
No, which is weird because they mentioned that he was going to be there.
I'm going to continue down, because if they said he was going to be there, he's going to be there, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, so you want to like continue on this like outer ring going towards this like main meeting area of the baker's dozen.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. You stealth behind them. You're a little bit farther back now, maybe like by like 30 yards. They stick out like a sore thumb because all these like other like humanoid figures, again, you see some centaurs, some loxodons, some orcish people, some humans, like elves, but these guys are like monstrosities walking amongst these people, okay?
Oh, I did have one question about the Clumping Cleric. Did he have a bronze collar on?
He did, yes.
Okay. Just checking. Cool.
Okay, and you follow behind Nova and 253. As you follow behind them, they come up to this like central like entrance going towards, like, because you have no idea like how far up you are in the air right now, but you're able to see a door that, like just like what you saw when you were sailing into this isle, or like sailing into Gangplank. You see a rendition of Sweet Tooth's head with again ear to ear grin with the mouth so you walk into the door, it's like walking into his mouth basically.
Okay.
And you're able to watch as they walk into the room, and as they walk into the room, you're able to see like maybe 10 other figures standing inside as a set of teeth doors come up from the floor and down from the ceiling and lock together and lock the room. What do you do?
And you said there was 10 of them?
There are 10 more people in that room right now, yes.
Well, if it's a baker's dozen, isn't that 13 people?
Yes.
I'm gonna wait a few minutes to see if anybody else shows up.
Okay. You wait a couple minutes to see if anybody else shows up. Give me another stealth check.
Yep. Inspiration. Fuck, I am not rolling good tonight, y'all. Okay. That one was... Alright, I'll take that one. 15.
Okay, with a 15, I'm gonna make a roll. I'm gonna see if I hit a 15. Okay, you were able to maintain stealth with no one noticing you. Again, you are, like, right now, disguised as a worker with nothing to do, which is very strange. You're taking your 15, you know, what people get in this situation, as you're outside of these massive teeth doors. What do you do?
And there's people coming towards me?
No one's coming towards you right now. Again, like, general workers moving around you, but no, like, other candy monstrosities.
Okay, great. I'm gonna just try and open the door.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and give me a quick strength check.
Sick.
Or, sorry, athletics check.
Athletics. Okay. A 10?
A 10? Just do a quick yes or no. Hold on, wait, that wasn't a good flip. There we go. Okay, you were able to grab onto one of, like, the central teeth, and they did not lock the door. The door was totally open the entire... it was just completely unlocked. The door was just open. As you grab onto the teeth and as the teeth to the room open up, you are able to watch 12 candy monstrosities whip their heads around to look at you, as this is a private meeting, and you're able to look over your shoulder and see Sweet Tooth kind of marching with Tesla going down this road, and then you whip over and you're able to see the 13th member of the Baker's Dozen, and you see Sweet Tooth also standing inside of this main like private chamber with all these candy monstrosities around him. They all just look at you.
Is there a corner of the room that's like not occupied that I could like misty step and hide behind something?
They're all looking directly at you, and you want to cast a spell to get further into the room.
Yep.
Okay.
But to hide. But like, if there's like a desk or a chair or a box, I'd like to misty step behind that.
Okay. First of all, we're gonna engage with this. You are able to see a stocky dwarvish woman that is like brown and like two shades of brown, like a brown and like a lighter brown, and it almost looks like she's made of chocolate and peanut butter. And she walks up to you and she goes, "What do you think you're doing?"
And then I'm gonna misty step.
That wasn't the word, that was a sound. And you misty step your way. And you misty step your way into the room. Go ahead and misty step in, and here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna give me a stealth check, and I'm going to roll 13 perception checks.
Yeah, sick. Let's do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Last inspiration.
Okay, so you're rolling again.
Okay. Self check. 18.
Okay, awesome. These guys all get a +2. So if I get a 16, they just see you anyway. Let's see. That's a 17 immediately. As you teleport into the room, you are able to see a centaur that has 4 legs of just rock candy look over and go, "She's over there," and immediately whip around and point at you, and you're now in the room. They're all blocking off the entrance, so it's like you, then 12 members of the Baker's Dozen, Sweet Tooth, and then the door. So they're blocking you from the door, and they all turn around to look at you again.
I was looking for the bathroom.
They all begin to slowly approach you.
Can I make a perception check? Is there anybody else here? They talked about a friend that Sweet Tooth was getting tired of.
Go ahead and give me a perception check, yeah.
That's a nat 1?
It's a nat 1?
Yeah.
With a nat 1, you are able to feel again, you're looking forward right now, and you see Sweet Tooth and 12 members of the Baker's Dozen, and then you feel a hand be placed onto, like, your shoulder, and you feel an arm, like, kind of wrap around your neck, kind of like pulling you into, like, a side hug, basically,
right. And
you're able to look up, and you see a tall, like, Caucasian man, ear-to-ear grin, and you see another Sweet Tooth standing right next to you.
Sick. I really want to make this perception check again.
Okay.
So I'm going to Misty Step to the other side of the room.
Okay.
And I'm going to make my perception check again.
As you make that check, Sweet Tooth now has contact with you as he goes, Now, my friends. I don't think there's any reason to be so upset. See, because we screen all of our wonderful carnival goers for any magical abilities before we purchase them. So I think we may have a rogue variable in our midst. One that may be added to the grand display. Because you want to make that Misty Step, so go ahead and just roll a perception check for me.
Oh, a dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay, awesome. Now I'm going to ask you for an initiative roll very quickly, okay?
Sick. Yeah. All right, let's roll this.
I'm going to tell you what you got to beat. You have to beat a dirty 20.
21.
Are you fucking serious?
I rolled an 18 on the die. Dead ass.
And one of the reasons why I wanted to have that be initiative roll is because Sweet Tooth immediately goes, There's no need to be afraid. Like a very like a carnival barker voice, like someone that's like a ringmaster of a circus who goes, Well, let me show you what you are missing out on. Why do you wish to leave so soon? And he takes his hand and he blows some kind of like white powder into your face. And the reason I wanted an initiative roll is because you're an air genasi and you can hold your breath indefinitely. Do you want to do that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, awesome. You hold your breath, you Misty Step. Where are you Misty Step to?
Other side of the room, because I'm trying to make that perception check to see, like, if there's another additional person in here, because we're looking for Lollipop, correct?
Yes, you Misty Step to the other side of the room. As you hit the other side of the room, you look back. What'd you get on it again?
Dirty 20.
Easy peasy. You're able to look over, and again, you see 12 members of the Baker's Dozen, plus a Sweet Tooth, and the other Sweet Tooth that just was, like, right next to you is gone. You don't see him anymore. It's, like, something weird's going on here. But as you look over to the far corner of the room, you're able to see, let me just pull up the exact description I want to give you here. You're able to see a strange mixture of an American black bear with a mixed with a gummy bear. He has a full gummy bear head with real bear teeth, like you can see the roots and everything, but it's a full gummy head. He has one arm made out of peppermint and one leg made out of entirely individual pieces of candy. He wears a small performing vest and a fez, and you're able to see that he's on like a large circus ball, balancing on one leg with both of his arms outstretched, with poles on his nose and both of his hands as he's balancing spinning plates as he's balancing. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
As he has not even seen you, as you are able to look over and see the potentially 13th member of the Baker's Dozen. As you look around...
Does he have a collar on?
He does have a collar on, yes. So you see that. Also, with that perception check, you're also able to realize, as they all whip their heads around, as you just keep kind of zapping to either end of the room, you're able to see a glass window of red and white stripes leading to like an overlook that looks over Gangplank Crossing, like the strip that you were just on. So it's like a way of getting out into the environment if you wanted to.
Sick. I'm going to try to get Lollipop's attention. So I'm going to scream, Lollipop, it's me, Hurricane.
You're able to watch as Lollipop kind of puts his head down very quickly, and here's the problem. As the head snaps down, as the pole falls, as the plate shatters, you're able to see that Lollipop's gummy bear face is in a wide, unending grin. As Lollipop says to you very quickly, Hurricane, I didn't think I'd see you. You can join the carnival. It's so nice to see you again. I didn't know where you went. Maybe you can make this better. Maybe you can make this fun again. As it's like, the creepy voice is not going to be permanent, but he's like in this permanent state of like elation as he's being forced to do these like circus tricks.
I'm going to try, because this has a reach. This has I'm going to try and cast as a bonus action Lightning Lure against the bronze collar specifically to try and see if I can snap it. But it also brings the creature within 10 feet in a straight line towards me.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an attack roll on Lollipop then. AC is only, or is it a saving throw on my half?
It's a strength saving throw of 14 on your behalf.
So it just happens automatically?
You have to do a strength saving throw of 14.
Okay, got it. So I just want to know like if you had rolled a hit or not. Strength save of 14 with a 3 on the die plus 4 for only a 7 fails.
Perfect. All right, now I have 2d8 worth of damage. So let's see. That's 12 points of damage.
12 points. Okay, no problem. You are able to watch as so describing what it looks like as her cast this lightning lure towards the Lollipop. Like, what happens here?
I shout that at Lollipop. Lollipop responds. I immediately start freaking out, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta get that thing off of him. And I put my hand out, and lightning comes out of like my hand and out of my fingertips and kind of like shocks the collar.
Okay, as you grip onto the collar, you're able to watch, it's almost like a lasso going around his neck, as you're able to watch as the collar is sliced completely through. The damages go over to Lollipop as well, but that'll kind of, that you know what I mean? As like, you burn into him, and as your lightning burns into him, you're able to watch as like the gummy kind of like sugar begins to melt a little bit, as like a sickening sweetness like fills the air. You watch as this immense grin drops immediately as you realize that pain and damage can take people out of this trance. As you yank him forward towards you, the other 2 plates shatter immediately, and the 12 members of the Baker's Dozen, they all go, and they all kind of like get like ready. You're able to see a woman in a suit smoking a cigarette with like shades on. She pulls out just an almond, just holds up an almond, like gets ready to fight you. You're then able to see like these this a pack of like flying love imps that are totally made of chocolate begin to like kind of move around everywhere. As you currently have 30 feet still in between you and Lollipop, as you need to kind of make that distance, as you're able to watch as Sweet Tooth goes, "This is unacceptable. In this circus, with this amusement, there will be no mistakes." And I'm gonna need you to give me another initiative roll.
Okay. Is it 30 feet even though I've pulled Lollipop 10 feet closer?
So he was like 45 away from you. I'm going to give you an extra 5 because he fell off of the ball. He's now 30 feet away from you.
Okay. Initiative roll 15.
Okay, got it. I got to roll 13 initiative. Hold on.
Oh, thanks for the inspiration, friend. After what I do next, I'm going to need it.
I'm keeping track of some things, don't worry. Okay, amazing. Here's what happens. What'd you get for initiative roll again?
15.
For a 15, you are able to watch as so Sweet Tooth kind of stands up on a table, as he stands kind of like with a large flourish, like his coat kind of burrows out, as he goes, "I can imagine a name for what your performance will be. You disappear into storm clouds. You command bolts of lightning. You ride the energy. We shall call you Shock Jockey." As you're able to see you're able to watch as another Sweet Tooth walks out from behind one of the members of the Baker's Dozen, walks over to Lollipop lying on the ground. As Lollipop is lying on the ground, you're able to watch as Sweet Tooth kind of picks his head up as as Lollipop looks to you and goes, the window, run, as Sweet Tooth and blows this like sugary dust into Lollipop's face as you watch as Lollipop and goes back to smiling.
Okay.
As that happens, Penny Cups, Mr. Moron, Marion Moe, Roy G. Biv, and Joy Almond Joy are going to all rush towards you because half of them go before you in the initiative.
Fuck. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they rush towards you, and they're all going to try to grab onto you, okay?
Could I use No, I guess that's only for attacks. They're not trying to attack me, are they?
Do you have any reactions that can get you out of this?
The only reaction I have is shield, so you tell me.
Go ahead and cast, if you want to cast shield.
Yeah.
They're gonna all make athletics checks on you to try to grab onto you, okay?
Sick.
All right, so because you cast shield, like a wall of lightning comes up in front of you as they kind of like grab onto you. Go ahead and give me just go ahead and give me an athletics check with advantage, okay?
Oh, you're so kind.
Okay, failed. Okay.
The highest roll, and I had to use inspiration. I can flip my coin. I'm gonna flip my coin again.
Okay.
Roll the same thing. The highest roll I got was a 13 for a -1 in athletics, so a 12.
Okay, you got a 12. As you shoot up, as you shoot up your electric shield, you're able to watch as, again, like a peanut butter dwarf. You're able to see like a multicolored, you're able to see like a multicolored gnome with like a head that's like 5 times too big for his body. You're able to see Roy G. Biv, the middle-aged fairy, right after you. And you're able to watch as like Joy, Almond Joy, rush up. You're able to beat all of them off, except for these 2 circular rock golems that seem to have like they're like a case, and they both have M's on their chest, and they're known as Mary and Mo. And you're able to watch as they both rush up to you, and they grab onto your arms and get around your shield, grab onto your arms, and are able to kind of hold you in position. As they begin holding you in position, the others, Baker's dozen, get ready to attack, but they're not going to attack yet. Her, it is now your turn initiative. What do you do?
Fuck me. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. And they grapple my arms?
They grapple your arms. I'll allow for like spell casting that doesn't do damage, but I will say that like you're staring down Sweet Tooth, who seems more occupied with Lollipop right now, and 12 people. Like this probably isn't a fight that's going to go like you're not gonna kill all. I'd be very surprised if you managed to kill all these guys.
Yeah. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Out of both my hands, because I'm kind of imagining. They have my hands kind of up like this in a sense, or is it like...
So, like, out to your sides, basically.
Sides. Perfect. I'm going to cast Gust of Wind and push them all away from me. The people holding me.
Okay, got it. Let me know what I gotta do.
That is a strength save of 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
Strength, yeah.
Damn, 2 4s. They, both Mary and Mo immediately, like, wah! And they just kind of roll circularly away from you with this gust of wind as they're blown off of you.
Oh, I also get a plus. Oh, wait, am I looking at the right thing? No, that's shield. Sick. Good. They're pushed because it's a line of strong wind, 60 feet long and 10 feet wide.
Okay.
And they must spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot if they move.
Okay.
So I am going to cast that. And it's a concentration. And, yeah, it's concentration. Then I'm going to run up. I'm going to run up to Lollipop. As a bonus action, I am going to cast Lightning Lure again. And then I'm going to break the bronze chain. I'm going to grab their hand. Or, like, usher them with me, and we're going to start trying to run towards the door.
So you want to stay inside, basically?
Yep.
Okay, understood. Not a problem at all.
I really needed my action, but my action had to
So, by the way, you want a second. You don't have
to.
to. So you want a lightning lure to break this like weird fey curse, basically.
Yeah.
Get them conscious, and then just start running with them, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to roll for Lollipop's turn initiative. You got a 15, correct?
Yep.
Got it. Damn, 11 plus 3 for a 14. We're gonna slot Lollipop right underneath you, okay?
Sick.
You run, so gust of wind Again, sugar and sweets and treats blowing all over the place as Sweet Tooth goes, and she can command the wind. She can blow the hot air balloons. Perfect. I wish to have her. As you rush over, you grab Lollipop. What do you say to Lollipop?
You gotta trust me. If they try to grapple me, you need to be the one to step in front. And I'm going to, like, as we start, and I'm like, just follow me. And as we start running, I kind of, like, hold my hands back so the gust of wind keeps blowing behind me for people who try to chase me.
Okay, so you just keep it pointing that way?
I'm, like, running, and, like, my hands are kind of, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna need, and, okay, got it. A Lollipop looks to you and says, okay, you'll run. Well, you'll get away. Okay, and begins to and another Gab inspiration, knock it down. What's up, McClover? How you doing?
I'm gonna need it.
As you begin running with Lollipop, I need an opposed athletic check. I'm gonna give you the DC. Okay.
Sick. Yeah.
Okay. That's a 19 plus 3 for a 22.
I can't even hit it because if I hit a nat 20, I have a -1. So do you even want me to roll?
Go ahead and roll for a nat 20.
That's a 13 for a 12.
Okay. Lollipop running behind you. You have your fingers pointed behind you to keep the gust of wind going. As the baker's dozen are kind of like clawing their way, like trying to keep themselves on the ground. Oh, McClover, thanks for the tier 1. We appreciate it for 2 months, man. Thank you. Welcome to the table, and we hope you pull out a seat, man. We appreciate it. As McClover, as Lollipop, as you're running, you're able to hear Lollipop, like, very small, like, not at all kind of like denoting like the monstrous form they have, says to you, Captain, you've saved me so many times that I can't let this happen to you. Let me save you once. I know you'll find me again. And you're able to feel as two, again. So Lollipop can run on all fours or on their hind legs, and you are able to feel a massive bear hug wrap around you, like wrap around your chest and your stomach, pick you up. And Lollipop then just quickly whispers to you, you treated me like no one else ever has. You treated me like a friend. And Lollipop, with a turn of his massive bear body, is going to throw you 15 feet out of the window, saving your life from Sweet Tooth and the baker's dozen.
I can't stop that at all.
You cannot stop that. No, that was his turn initiative as he chucks you out of the window. As you're able to look back, everything slows down as there is shattered glass coming with you. You're able to see Lollipop, the baker's dozen, begin to swarm onto him, and you're able to see Sweet Tooth, like, on this, like, central table, looking out to you with this wide grin of rotting teeth, waving goodbye as Sweet Tooth says, I know I'll see you again soon. You're welcome back anytime! And his final triumphant call is interrupted as you are able to hear some kind of explosion happens and everything goes black for you. And as everything goes black, we're gonna take a very quick break, okay?
You're not even gonna let me, like, dimension door in? You're not gonna let me do it?
We do have other things we need to get to tonight, but with
No!
Lollipop's turn, throws you out of the building, as you have now met Lollipop for the first time, a very loving crewmate, and something happens where the entire world goes black for you.
I wanted to save Lollipop and the Clumpin' Cleric. How dare you, Drew?
There are other... don't worry, you're gonna have the opportunity later.
Oh my god.
Well, because also, you now kind of understand how this place works now. Like,
that's true.
And of course, if you do manage to save anybody here, I will fully allow it. But also, you're basically getting insider information that's gonna help out the Moach crew. Because you also don't know what the fuck... You don't know why you're just teleporting all over the place.
No, I don't know that.
But yes, with that, meeting Lollipop, the sweet little candy druid gummy bear folk, we're gonna take a very quick break, and then we're gonna wrap up when we get back. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for all the subs, guys. McClover, Jason, we appreciate it. Moss and Kate, we appreciate you hanging out. To anybody that's lurking, we appreciate you watching. We'll be back soon. Peace out, guys.
With my hand. but I can pet you with this Post-it note.
And we're back. Sorry, Gab had to pet Herb.
I had to pet my cat.
Get a little bit of cat time.
He's been hiding from me for the past few days. He's not feeling well. He's got a little parasite. He's on a lot of meds. Send some positive vibes for him.
Where's Herb inspiration?
Herb inspiration.
I don't think we have one of those.
Oh, dang it.
But, well, I will say that Herb should definitely take a deep and cleansing breath. There we go.
Sick.
Yes.
Herb, breathe.
Breathe, Herb. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be all right, baby.
It's gonna be okay.
Okay. And also to you right now, everything's gonna be okay. All right.
Heck yeah.
Okay. You excited for part 2? You ready to see where you end up?
I also want you to know that I am saving up $100,000 worth of blanket tokens to get the clump and above.
I'm pretty sure that Darby's gonna beat you there, but I'm genuinely terrified to what's gonna happen because I'm not putting any. I think it can only be done once per stream, but. If you guys save that up, we could potentially have 4 divine interventions back to back to back to back, and I don't know what you guys are going to ask for, but I'm afraid. So,
well, her is definitely going to convert to clumpinism after that. Just letting you know.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, but we're back in.
We're back.
Okay, deep and cleansing breath, then we hop back in. Sound good?
Whoa.
Okay, draw with me. Okay. And
oh my gosh,
that felt amazing. I can only imagine.
That's seltzer. Oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
Hold on. Is the music too quiet? I think it might be. Hold on. Let me know if that chat. Let me know if that sounds good. And if it's too loud, I will always adjust it.
I can also pull up Twitch.
That would also be helpful.
Don't worry, Chad. I got this.
Let me see.
Not Forge a Lord. Forge a Lord. Go hang out with them after this. But
are they streaming right now?
They yeah they are. I don't know why that
we're raiding them. If they don't raid us, we're gonna raid them. We're gonna raid them first. Yeah, we gotta go. Just... Okay, so how is it?
It's breaking in and out. Oh, it's a little loud, but it's all right.
It's a little loud. I'm gonna turn it down just a tad then.
Not terrible.
Just a little bit right there. We'll keep it. Okay. That should be good then. Yeah. It's like right below 40 decibels, so we should be okay.
Sick.
Okay, got it. So, Her, you have no idea why you're teleporting all around the place. Literally no clue. But as, again, like this amazing, like this kind act by Lollipop sacrificing himself to save you as you are teleported. And you come to, and you're standing up. You are standing up, and again, you are inside of something right now.
Okay.
You are inside of a glass tube. It is 7 feet high. It has a 3 foot diameter. You are able to get your hands up, like next to you. The amount of space you have basically like a foot in front of you and a foot behind you. You are in a tight space right now. You look up. There's golden machinery above you. Okay. You are completely encased in a glass tube, gold machinery above you, gold machinery below you, with no obvious door out, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, looking out to the space that you're in, you seem to be in some kind of laboratory. What you're able to see here is you're able to see more test tubes. So there's 4 options. If you want to ask me about each one of them, if you're going to re-explain, I can. But the 4 options right now are more test tubes. You're able to see a scientist half-orc making the rounds. You see like a shockback. So a shockback is the name for the slaves. Is the name for the slaves of the Crown Isle, and the reason they're called the Shockbacks is because they have these like strange bronze backpacks on that connect both to the collar around their neck as well as like a circlet around their forehead. And like one of those Shockbacks is investigating like each of the test tubes, and then you see an operating table with a patient strapped down. So which do you want to look at first? Or do you want to try to do anything?
Let me look at the scientist first.
Okay. You look at the half-orc scientist.
Yeah.
Okay. You're able to see a well-studied, like, female half-orc that is pacing the room and kind of, like, working on the, like on some, like, strange, like, contraption. So basically, you're in, like, a circular laboratory right now. Again, you're underground. You can't see any obvious sky. And you're in a test tube that is against the wall, all right? Toward the center of the room, like away from your test tube, you're able to see a main kind of like central machine of bronze and gold and iron that's like enormous. It's like 20 feet off the ground. It's like 30 feet wide. It's some kind of like insane, like maybe a chamber. Like it's very scientific, very mechanical. And you're able to notice that like this half-orc woman, as she has like a clipboard with like some notes on it, like a toolbox next to her, she's wearing a white like lab coat, like doctor scientist basically, along with a pair of glasses, and like other kind of like doctor like surgical equipment on like a holster at her side. Give me a perception check as you look at her.
12.
With a 12, as this woman looks back to you, you're able to give me with a 12. You're able to hear her go in an orcish voice. Sound is being muffled because you're behind a straight up just pane of glass, basically. But as she looks over to you, she notices you, and she laughs again, like tusks exposed, all of this, and you look at her eyes, her brownish, reddish eyes, and you're able to recognize, well, some version of MR-PhD. Here in the Crown Isle, this must be Dr. Mabel Redwood.
Okay. And she sees me?
She sees you, and she sees you come in, yes.
But I'm in some tube, right?
Yes, you are.
I can't really move. Okay.
Would you like to give me a nature check to investigate that a bit further?
Nature check is a 9.
With a 9, you're able to, you feel like a static electricity around you and you don't know why. Your hair is like standing up. It's like pressing up, like kind of sucking against the glass, basically. But again, you're not entirely sure why.
Okay. Do I think no, I wouldn't even be able to pull it out. Do you think I'd be able to pull out the katana gun and try to like slash my way out of this? Crack the glass?
If you want to, yeah, I'm gonna say you're able to kind of like get it like up next to your shoulder. You're able to kind of get your arm over your forearm and kind of like try to press it in. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Let me get the stats of this. To actions, katana gun. I add a +7?
Yes, because it's your dex modifier.
That's only a 10. Let's go.
It's only 10. As you begin kind of like and kind of start trying to like hammer like the katana into the glass, you realize that this glass, like on the everything's kind of like wavy, like a little bit difficult to see because this glass is so incredibly thick. And you realize, like, as you try to do this, something that you learn, this is meant to contain people.
Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna try one other thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to... I don't know if this would work. I will try to Ray of Frost it to kind of try and, like, make it super cold. I don't know if that will crack glass.
Hold on a minute. Wait a minute.
I don't know if that breaks glass.
Hold on. Okay. All right, understood. You want to cast Ray of Frost?
Yeah. See if anything happens.
You're able to kind of like put your palms up and just immediately begin trying to like freeze this glass. Mm-hmm. No, so you get the sensation that this glass is immune to cold damage. However, as the cold begins to spread up the inside of the glass, you look up and see that the gold machinery, as like the frost begins to and kind of like just like freeze over, you're able to see your hair begins to fall down. And you realize that cold, I just looked it up, cold actually decreases the conductivity of metals. And so you look up to, like, so something electrical is happening above you, and this cold is, like, slowing it down, basically.
Can I do some sort of check on the electrical thing above me?
Yes, go ahead and give me a nature check with advantage.
Oh, thank goodness. Dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, that is incredible. You realize something. You look up and you watch as the cold kind of sucks the electricity out of this like golden machinery, and then you look as your hair falls, and then you look around, and as you look around, you're able to see that you're not the only like test tube with like against the wall. You're able to count to your right and to your left that there are 20 total test tubes on your side of the room. As you look to the opposite side of the room, you see 20 additional test tubes.
Okay.
40 in total. Horrifyingly, without any sound coming through, you are able to see that, including yourself, just kind of counting it off, 38 of these test tubes have people inside of them.
Are they wearing bronze collars?
They are not wearing bronze collars, no. You're able to see that they are elven. They're again a wide variety of races and species. Some are kind of just like sitting down, just kind of like kind of just like laying, like trying to get some sleep. Others are like banging against the glass, again, no sound being able to be heard. But then suddenly, right next to you, like a bright white light, you have to shut your eye instinctively, and you're able to look over, kind of fighting the urge to close your eyes, and you watch as a lightning bolt strikes into the... So again, it's a gold top, a gold bottom, and then a gold, and like a glass tube. A lightning bolt comes out of the top of the golden machinery, strikes into the bottom of the golden machinery, and you watch, forming out of pure electrical energy, you're able to watch a human being materialize out of this lightning.
Okay.
As this human being materializes, I want you to give me a history check.
$14.
With a 14, more than enough. 39 of these test tubes are now occupied. There is only one right next to this like weird, like enormous machinery in the center of the room that is not occupied. But as you look over, this is a face of someone that you've seen before. And in fact, as you begin looking all around this room to all these test tubes, these are all faces that you've seen before. They're just not faces that you can put a name to. Because when you met them, they didn't have names. You're able to look around and see all of the crewmates that were on your ship when you first woke up at the beginning of this campaign. You had 40 total crewmates. 39 of them, including yourself, are now in these test tubes, with only one test tube remaining unoccupied.
Okay, this thing above me conducts lightning.
Yes, it does.
Is there any way if I shot lightning into it, would it be able to crack the test tubes at all?
Potentially. And that's a really cool idea. Let's put a pin in that and explore the rest of it. Let's just see what else you can see in here, and then we'll double back to that, okay?
All right, I want to look at the slave real quick then.
You want to look at the shockback?
Yes, the shockback.
Okay, no problem. Well, the shockback immediately walks up to you, and with just a voice that makes him sound dead inside, you're able to see him go, "Hell, I believe that's 39 accounted for. That should be just enough to get things moving." And as he like says this like to your test, kind of like walks through your test tube, kind of says this, you're able to hear him. You're able to see that it's a short gnomish man with a long white beard and artificer clothes, so, like bits of like technology, like glowing things all across his body. And you remember back in Molar Fortress, the stick figure that Rahi drew for you. This is Fuse Gaussen, the other member of your crew that you came here to save. And as a shockback, he is like seemingly against his will helping out Dr. Mabel Redwood put together whatever this machinery is supposed to be. As he just looks at you, and you don't see, unlike Lollipop, you see no recognition in his eyes. Like where like it seemed that like Lollipop's point of view was being pushed through this like weird psychedelic experience. This is a full mind overwrite of Fuse.
Is it almost like when that MR-PhD person exploded in front of us? Is it almost like that kind of no recognition?
Yes, it is incredibly similar. It's not exactly the same, but it's very similar.
Okay. Okay. Cool. And then what was the last thing you said I could look at? I believe it was the person on the table.
Yes, we had the test tubes, we had the shockback, we had the scientist, and then we have the operating table. And you want to look at the operating table?
Yeah.
Make sure all this is perfect. How is the music? Is it too loud, too soft? How's it sound?
Kate, that's on you. Oh, also, Kate, quick recap since chat's not doing it for you. I am on the other part of the Molar Isle in a glass test tube. The scientist here is MR-PhD with orc with tusks. There's 40 test tubes. 39 are currently filled. And the biggest part, they're all crewmates that from when I woke up on the ship the first time and no one had names. Oh my gosh, Him's not here.
Him's not here. No.
Okay.
Now, kind of just following that real quick, why is Him not here?
Because Him doesn't have the thing in him anymore.
Exactly. 100% right. And as you look over your... Oh, wait, my little cursor. It's on Gab.
Oh,
Sorry about that. Thank you, Kate. Wow, I wouldn't have even noticed that. As you look over to the operating table, I need to reset the music. Because strapped to the operating table, unconscious, you see a small figure. Again, like leather straps restraining their head and their chest and their hands and their feet. They cannot move at all. You're able to watch them kind of like turn their head a bit so you know they're alive, fully unconscious though. And you notice dissection equipment right next to them. And maybe like 5-10 feet away, a film camera is set up to record whatever operation is going to be had.
Okay.
You see that this figure is wearing some kind of leather armor. It's disgusting, it's unwashed, and they have some kind of like weird helmet on. Well no, sorry. It's not a helmet. It's closer to a bowl. No, wait, that's just his hair. As lightning flashes and you look over, you see that his face is illuminated, and you see the unshaven, gaunt face of AJ.
Hey, he's about to get dissected? Oh my god.
As all that happens, as you notice that, the shock kind of coming... Again, you have not seen this man in like 6 months. He disappeared one evening, got kidnapped by slavers, and somehow ended up here. And you have no idea what's been going on in the meantime. But you're able to look over, and you see Fuse in this like altered state say, I do believe it is time for the experiment to begin. Let's do, I think 39 should be good. As the orcish woman looks over and says, excellent. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And the orcish woman begins climbing up onto this like insane machinery. And like kind of takes her hands and places them both into these like arm handles, essentially, like fully like up to the like up to the elbow and metal, and goes, initiating test number 1 of extraction and transference. And all of the lights in here begin to and they begin to flicker and spark as light bulbs begin to explode And you're able to watch as, like, you're in, like, a test tube kind of away from, like, the edge of everything, but you're able to watch as lightning bolts begin to strike down from the, like, the top of this machinery towards the bottom of it, and begin to strike directly through these, like, test subjects inside of these test tubes. I need a perception or arcana check, whatever one is better for you.
Oh, man. Okay, let me see. It's gonna be perception. 19.
With a 19, you're able to see something horrifying. You just heard extraction. You have to wonder what is exactly being extracted. And you're able to look over against the wall away from you. You're able to watch as these human figures, like, their muscles immediately contract and they're unable to move. And then you watch as off of their faces, off of their chest, and off of their arms, you see screaming electrical wraiths begin to be removed from their bodies as they begin clawing at the glass and clawing at the machinery, as the lightning then arcs away from these, like, biological creatures and into these magical wraiths. And you realize that in this moment, unless something is done, it seems that this machinery is going to pull your, like, we knew this from, like, episode 2, the wraith from your body, which will probably kill you.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
So with that, I'm going to need another nature check with advantage, okay?
Okay. Using my last inspiration. Oh, thank goodness. Nat 20.
A nat fucking 20 is insane. I need to get this up. Hold on.
That is why him's not here, by the way. He has no wraith.
I need to send you something.
What?
I want you to read this out loud. Her, you are immediately, like you look and you see imminent death maybe 5 seconds away as all of these wraiths begin to be extracted out of their like host bodies. You need to think very fast. And with a natural 20, you put it together. You finally understand what's been happening. You feel comfortable in this storm. And you have to wonder why you have felt comfortable on Gangplank Crossing and in these Molar Isles. What has been going on with you? And you realize it's not the storm. It's what's causing the storm. The Fury is close by to the Molar Isles right now. You being within the Fury's, like, orbiting storms is making you feel more powerful. Like your magic is being pulled directly from the Fury. And you realize that every time you've been teleported, those 2 times, it's been a thunderous crash, and then you've disappeared and reappeared somewhere else. You have been riding lightning strikes. You have been acting as a conduit. Every time you've been outside or close by to, like, a place where lightning could strike, you have been acting as a pylon that lightning has been hitting. You have been riding the lightning strikes up, and then basically being superimposed into whatever space another lightning strike is hitting down into. And you realize now why you disappeared when you went out of the window in the filling aisle. The moment you were outside, the ambient electrical energy latched onto you, lightning struck your flying body, and then pulled you up into the storm. And what has been channeling lightning strikes into it the entire time you've been here? The crown aisle. The golden plates on top of this aisle designed to catch onto lightning bolts, and now you realize why. It isn't, maybe it's looking to power all of these systems. Maybe. But more than anything else, it seems that the ultimate plan was to collect you and each one of your crewmates when their wraiths finally emerged and became one with the storm. And you realize something. With a nat 20, I gotta keep telling you, I'm sorry. But you realize that, hold on, it wasn't necessarily, of course, it was the Fury, like all this like magical stuff, but your powers come from a wraith. They come from like seemingly a part of the Fury. And then you realize this. I just sent you a message in Discord that I want you to read out loud to the stream.
No. Ooh, okay, so I got a new feat, people. I got the shock jockey feat. The Call Lightning spell now has an additional property. You may now cast the Call Lightning spell on yourself while within the Fury Storms. Instead of dealing damage, the bolt of lightning you call down will teleport you to a random location within the Fury Storm. You have no way of controlling the destination of your teleport, so cross your fingers and hope it lands you back on land and out of danger. Sick.
And you realize this as you're looking out, and you realize that, oh shit, I can call lightning and strike it on myself to teleport myself, to basically like force myself to move. And looking at what's happening in front of you, unless you have another idea, you need to do that right now.
I'm just gonna do it right now.
Okay, as you look, because again, these lightning strikes have been putting people in, you look up, cast Call Lightning on yourself, and shoot it up into, so basically, instead of it being like the gold into the conductive wires, into this tube, you go tube, conductive wires, gold plates, and then out somewhere random in the Molar Isles, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty, I now need to change the music one more time. And this is going to be the last thing we do before we end off, okay?
Sounds good.
As you disappear, the lights still flickering, this insane experiment continuing, you get out of there as fast as possible, and suddenly you are free. You are free, your body is free, you feel wind in your hair, you're able to stretch your legs, move out, you are not contained by anything this time. And you are free falling through the sky. You have no idea how high up you are. Kate, thank you so much for joining. We appreciate it. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for coming to the table. And you are free falling. I need one more second here. Hold on. I'll make sure I get everything correct. Give me a quick nature check to see if you can figure out where you are.
Yeah. That's only a 4, so no.
Only a 4?
Yeah.
You have no idea where you are. All you know is that you are now free, and you are falling through the sky. These you see like black clouds again, teeming with energy. Lightning strikes all around you, and I need a con save DC 15.
I do have my... No, I don't. I use my coin again. I fail.
You fail?
Mm-hmm.
As you are falling through these clouds, again, you have no clue where you are. You are able to hear... And you don't know what's doing it to you. You don't know why these clouds are screaming. But as you feel your cheeks and your arms and your legs, you realize that these clouds are cutting you as you fall through them.
Okay.
And you take 27 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
You continue to fall. As you fall through that damage, what's going through Her's mind in this moment?
I think Her is in the back of her mind like, I just escaped 2 situations that were going to kill me, and this is actually how I die.
Wrestling with her own mortality. You continue to fall through these clouds, and then as again, blood racing down your arms and down your face, as you are now smoking. You just struck yourself with lightning. You smell like the inside and the back rooms of a candy shop, and you emerge out of one of these clouds as you continue to plummet towards the earth. You don't know if gravity has its effect on you, or if through like some immense gust of wind, you are just falling slower than normal. Give me a perception check.
10.
A 10, okay. Down or up? Which way you want to look?
I'll look I think while falling and being like, this is how I'm gonna go, her doesn't want to look at the bottom. She doesn't want to see what's gonna hit her. She's gonna just look up.
Okay. In this acceptance, Her is able to, again, in air genasi, very light, is able to do an acrobat's twirl so that your back is now facing whatever fate will befall you, and your face is now facing what you can only imagine to be the sky, the opposite direction that you're falling. Mm-hmm. You are able to look up and see, and you're able to see more clouds circling all around. But towards the center of them, again, imagine like a circle rotating. Imagine the exact, like the quarry that you were just in. The exact center point. It's very difficult to see. But as you look and you see that center point, you see sunlight and a blue sky shining through, surrounded by these horrible, horrible storms. Storm clouds, at least. And in that moment, as you look up, you're able to recognize that you are in the center of a hurricane. You are literally in the eye of a storm, like right on the edge of the eye of the storm. And as you continue to fall, you're able to watch as emerging out of the clouds for just a moment, going with the rotation of the clouds, you're able to see the elongated body, the enormous head, the scales, and the wings of an ancient blue dragon. Circling, like basically around the eye of this storm, popping in and popping out of the storm clouds, continuing to rotate. It's 200 yards long. This thing is enormous. And you're able to see that there is lightning arcing out of its mouth as it moves. Do you have any guess as to where you are?
No, at first I thought it was Eleanor, but I don't think it's Eleanor. I have no idea.
Eleanor. Who's Eleanor? Can you remind me?
Eleanor was the blue dragon.
No. Okay, I got it. So Eleanor seems like a dragon of cold. This is like a light blue, like full ancient dragon, okay. Hundreds, if not thousands of years old. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, I have no idea where I am. Maybe heaven. I don't know.
You receive a bit of a hint.
Okay.
As you're able to hear dice begin to roll. And you're able to hear a voice thunder above the cracks of lightning and the enormous crashes of thunder. You're able to hear a voice say, "First mate, I call you back to your post. Come back to me now." And you're able to hear the voice of Captain Imdago for the first time in a long time.
Shit.
What do you do?
Is the voice coming from near where the dragon is?
The voice is coming in the opposite direction. So like you look towards the sky, the voice is coming from whatever's below you.
There's no way I could like reach the dragon or like.
This thing is, well, you remember you went into the clouds and you got hit with almost 30 points of slashing damage.
Yeah.
If you would like to go farther up, you can. But also, if you could sustain that damage, I'd allow you to do it, but you might just die on the way there.
All right, I'm going to turn around then to face him.
As you flip yourself around and you look down, you're able to see an enormous ship that is larger than anything that you have seen so far in reality. It is closer to the size of a U.S. aircraft carrier than any kind of pirate ship. Now, it still looks like a pirate ship. it's cobbled together. It's like one part pirate ship, one part slaver ship, one part Zanwei Fu ship, one part steamboat, one part Frisianen. They're all meshed together in this insanely wide, insanely long monstrosity of accumulation and destruction. And you have seen this ship one time before. You remember the fear vision you had back in the Triple F Tavern. You saw it from below in a small schooner before you were engulfed by it. You're seeing it from above, and you're able to see it in all of its glory. Captain Mdago continues to talk to you, and this is what he calls out. He says, "Sink back into despair and take up my helm once again. You shall command Agony's company. You shall rule the fleet of the Forgotten, and we shall claim the poor souls who lose themselves in fury." And a reaction.
And I'm still falling?
You are still falling, yes.
Oh, man. I think her just calls out and goes, I don't know if I want to do that.
You hear the thundering voice. You speak out, and your voice booms through this hurricane, through the fury. And Captain Mdago speaks back to you. And he says, "I don't need the useless hunk of skin and muscle I be talking to. I need your hatred, your hopelessness, your utter and complete despair."
Fuck. I think... Alright. I think her will respond back with... But I'm not mad. I don't have hatred. I don't feel that right now.
That's because with every single experience you ever had, the most impactful thing you ever did in your miserable half-life was weep tears of sorrow one night and cast your body into my storm.
I did what?
You hear me. Your soul has been black for 30 moons. A well of never-ending despondency.
No, I wouldn't have. No, I would have never done that.
You draw your own power from misery, from your own unfulfilled existence, and you dare to take me first mate away. You are a meaningless, soulless half-life who has no idea what she wants to be.
Clarification. Yes. I was supposed to be his first mate. Yeah. Cool.
Just do me a favor.
17?
17?
Yeah.
A sinking feeling rests within you, and it's almost like your heart drops to your stomach, and you realize that Captain Mdago, wanting his first mate back this entire time, you've thought that he's been talking about you. He's been talking about your wraith.
Fuck. So the wraith sold it, or not sold it, sold. I was supposed. Oh, fuck.
Now, there still is some story to uncover here.
Yeah.
There's some more questions that probably won't be answered in this back and forth.
Right.
But another layer kind of gets added on to your personal mystery. You understand Charlotte Withers' story. You understand what happened to you, that Charlotte Withers cast herself into the Fury and then somehow 2 years later sailed out with those 39 crewmen with him. But in this moment, I kind of want to break away from her like falling just for a second. And I want to talk about her as a character, Gab, okay? The fury pulsing all around her. As Captain Mdago says these things to her. In this story, to Rahi and to the Duke back in the beginning, you were Charlotte Withers without memory. To Captain Mdago, you are merely a vessel holding on to his first mate. He says the most impactful thing you've ever done was cast your body into his storm. For her to exist, Charlotte Withers had to die. For Captain Mdago, her is not even a factor. It's just her's wraith that he wants back. Charlotte Withers being gone, her story being ended 2 years ago. Who you were, your goals, your pain, your passion, they were removed from you. And I guess that means the question is, what does her want to be going forward? Does her want to look back on Charlotte Withers, onto Rahi and the Duke and Lollipop and Fuse, and find herself in what she was? Or does her want to look forward, past who she was, and form a new identity? Still being connected to her friends, but not shackled by the responsibilities of Charlotte. Where do you think her's head is at?
I think hers kind of in disbelief that Charlotte would have just threw herself into the fury, and thinks back to what Olive said too about, oh, we all died, and I believe Olive said that we all died by, maybe she didn't say.
You were there. That's like character info. You didn't know that until right now, but the information is caught
I know.
up. Yeah.
I know. I'm trying to see. I don't remember if Olive told us that we died by the injection. I don't remember.
I believe she just said that you all just died and came back, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think to that moment where I was like fairly sure that it was this injection, just like everybody else, I had these special powers from that, and now it's like I am just a person who just so also happens to have a wraith inside me, and it's not even me that's like has these powers. It's the wraith that can, I think going like in this moment, her doesn't want to give in to Captain Mdago and wants to somehow get out of this because it doesn't seem fair. But then she's also conflicted because she's like, I'm supposed to be dead.
Okay. So, a lot of conflict going on within her in this moment. Is there no course of action forward? Is there no definitive answer as to whether or not she wants to move forward or look back?
No. I don't think so. I think right in this moment, it's just like almost survival instinct taking over.
Okay. Survival instinct taking over. As you fall through the fury once more. You don't think back to Charlotte. You don't think about the future. And in this moment, again, survival instinct. You think about what Charlotte had to fight against. And I feel like there's like a level of separation of being like, I am not her. I am not who she was. My experiences, my life is my own now. I've been given a second chance, for better or for worse, and I just need to focus on what is right now. And what you need to do right now is survive. As you think that, you feel, as you focus on what is, you feel something, you feel 4 things explode out of your back. Not puncturing you. It does not cause you injury, but 4 things explode out of your back simultaneously. You stop falling. And you're able to feel, it's almost like a paratrooper when the parachute deploys with the harnesses and it stops like in the torso. That's what happens to you. You feel a tug at your torso and at your back, and you stop falling, looking down at Captain Imdago's ship.
I look up to see what caused me to stop falling.
As you look up, you are able to see 4 enormous lightning and storm cloud arms shooting off of your back, grabbing onto the Fury's magic. One has a lightning bolt in its hand. One has a clump of wraiths like crushed in between lightning and storm cloud fingers, and the other 2 are like becoming whirlwinds like tornadoes and pushing you off like to prevent you from falling any further. As you look around, focusing on what is, you are able to then feel an innate charge building up within your chest. As that begins to build, is there anything else Her would like to do within the Fury before you know a lightning bolt is coming to strike you and teleport you somewhere else?
I think... I think Her will yell to Captain Indago and says, I will see you soon, but on my own terms, and like, we'll zap out.
You signed a contract, and I will have what is due. And you're able to feel a lightning bolt strike directly in the center of your chest. As you disappear in a flash of energy. You disappear, and then suddenly you're able to feel, and raindrops are striking down on you once again. You're able to fall directly onto your knees, onto your hands, and you feel rain slamming into your back. You feel the ground. You are now on a wooden plank dock that is moving with this insane hurricane-level storm, like storm waves. And you're able to hear, and you're able to hear like these raindrops sizzling off of these 4 enormous like lightning arms coming out of your back.
I still have lightning arms coming out of my back?
Yes, you do.
Are they then they're mine?
Gab, I have listened to you. I have listened to what you have wanted for a long time, and I am happy to be able to give it to you now. I'm going to give you the option, if you would like. You focused on survival. A primal instinct to stay alive, more than anything else in the world. One could even call it anger against death. A rage. If you would like, you can change your class to Storm Herald Barbarian for as long as you want.
Wait. Well, oh my gosh. What? Whoa.
If you don't want to make that decision now, that is okay.
I can't make that decision now, but that is sick. That would be...
You feel this incredible instinct to survive, this hatred, this rage. Give me a quick insight check on yourself.
Oh, no. $13.
With a 13, you wonder why this is happening to you now. And you wonder where these feelings are coming from. They definitely are your own. But they're your own in a special way. By focusing on the present, by focusing on what is, you have connected with your wraith on a deeper level than before. And if you choose to go down the Storm Herald Barbarian path, it will not be you calling power from the wraith, but letting some of the wraith come out through you.
Whoa, okay.
As your head cocks up and you look forward, in the distance, far down the docks, maybe about a quarter of a mile, you're able to see the Hypocrite and the Thicket, the two slaver man-of-wars that the Exterminator is parked in between. You're also able to look up and see that Gangplank Crossing is a little bit on fire, and there is about maybe a 100-yard strip just missing, and both sides are on fire and falling apart. But more importantly, you see the place where you have a bed and you can go sleep.
Yeah. I'm gonna run onto that ship and I'm gonna give him a big hug.
As you get up, you have been thrown through a window, you have been electrocuted multiple times, you have fallen onto a dock and your knee kind of hurts, you are sizzling as the arms on your back begin to, and you realize that these are not like Rahi's wings. These don't dissipate. When your rage ends, they retract back into your body. As you begin limping your way towards the Exterminator, hoping that your crew is already there, and whatever happens next will be a story for another day. Gab,
Woo.
did we have a good time?
That was awesome. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Excellent.
Oh my
Ladies and gentlemen,
gosh.
we all have a good time. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. Misadventures Her. If you gotta miss a session, I'm gonna make the reintroduction. If you say yes to the Misadventures, I'm gonna make the reintroduction a lot of fun. What'd you think, Gab?
That was crazy, and what everyone should know is that first half, Drew had what I ended up doing. Drew had no plans for. So,
the moment
applaud to the DM. Applause to the DM.
The moment she jumped off the roller coaster, I was like, okay, time to start moving some pieces around. So, no, and like this is so much fun because so often, like if you're in a group with more than just yourself, like, and I've done this a lot. I've experienced this before. Of like, people are like, oh shit, I love these characters. Let's all act in the smartest way possible. Gab, I just knew the moment it was just you, I was gonna have to like this is a challenge for me because of how much fun you make this for yourself, and I hope I can give you a good time.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Probably the dumbest decision I've ever done was in this session, and now it's documented on the internet forever.
That's so funny. I'm gonna be putting like 13 perception checks in my real life quote book. That is gonna be a short for sure. That is hilarious. Yeah, and so I had 3 different classes kind of set out, as to like what, like where you could go, like different kind of like options basically. If you'd have chosen to look back onto Charlotte, I would have given you the option to become a Rune Knight fighter.
Ooh.
If you would have chosen to look forward, I would have allowed you to look into being a pirate rogue, a swashbuckler rogue. And if you chose to remain in the present, it would be a Storm Herald barbarian as you kind of connect with this wraith on a deeper, like literally finding yourself. So
That's sick.
and we can text about it. Again, and also, I'm okay if like you want to play the barbarian for like 2 sessions and you go, this fucking sucks, I want spells back, and then you go, I'm back as a sorcerer. I'm cool with that, but it is an option that I wanted to grant you because I know you've been saying for a while that you've wanted to play a barbarian for a long time.
It's true, I have. Oh my gosh, but imagine like no random spells. Oh man, we gotta think about this.
We do.
Dang.
I just need a response before the end of next session. I already kind of built out a character sheet of like kind of how it would look. We'd build a new her basically, but together. But I was like, okay, cool, like awesome abilities and everything. But that's what's on the table. That's what you have to think about before next Palm in the Fist.
All right. We'll look into it.
Alrighty.
Oh my gosh.
Well, everybody, I hope that was an extremely fun time. Welcome. Thank you, everybody, for coming to the table. I am tired. I am going to now sit, which I'm very excited for. And with that, I hope you all had a wonderful time, and we can't wait to see you next time.
Wait, you're not sitting?
No, I'm at a standing desk.
You always stand when you do these sessions?
No, I raised my desk up about... okay, quick tangent. Also, we got to raid Forge of Lore. McClover, don't leave. We have to raid Forge of Lore.
All 5 of us.
All 5 of us. We may be little, but we be strong. I raised my desk up about 2 months ago because I found that... I just feel like I'm more emotive when I stand up and kind of like move around. I just have more fun with it, you know?
Sounds good.
Let me see if I can find Forge of Lore on here. Hold on.
See if they're still
They haven't
streaming.
raided us, so we can raid them. Fuck. What do you mean? Forge of Lore. Why? Where are they? Where are they? What do you mean no channels found? Oh, because they're not live. Okay.
Rip.
Perception Studios are live. They're also not live. Okay, never mind. Guys,
Rip.
we're not raiding anybody, but just pass the love along to another stream. Gab, is there anything else you want to say before we sign off?
Thanks for coming. That's been a lot of fun. We love you all. We
Yes,
love you,
thank
Drew.
Thank you, everybody, for coming to the table. Thank you, Gab. I appreciate it. I hope you had a great time.
Yeah.
Can't wait for everybody to chat about this in secret chat. And we guys will be seeing you tomorrow if you guys want some Alateur coming tomorrow and on Friday. So get excited for that. But much love, everybody. Have a nice night, and we'll catch you later. Peace out, guys.
Bye-bye.